Behind every perfect royal wedding you see on TV, there's chaos you'll never believe. A princess who tried to cancel her wedding the night before, a 43 million bill hidden from the public, family members who refused to show up, and scandals that didn't emerge until years later. I'm about to expose the royal wedding secrets the palace desperately tried to bury. By the end of this video, you'll realize that royal weddings are more drama than Disney fairy tale. Let's dive in. Let's start with the money, because what do you think these weddings cost? Multiply it by 10. Harry and Meghan's 2018 wedding had an official price tag of $45 million. But here's the part that caused outrage. $40 million of that was security alone, and British taxpayers paid for it without being asked. William and Kate's wedding, $34 million total. Security again, $32 million from taxpayer money. Notice a pattern? But the real shock, Princess Diana's wedding dress cost $115,000 in 1981. That's over $400,000 in today's money. The silk was so expensive and rare that the designers had to keep it in a locked vault. Diana's measurements were classified like government secrets. Royal wedding cakes can cost up to $80,000. Meghan and Harry's cake baker, she was given just 5 weeks to create 600 perfect servings. One crack, one mistake, and it's global headlines. And here's something they'll never admit. The flowers alone at Kate's wedding cost $800,000. Trees were brought in and replanted just for photos, then removed the next day. While people were struggling with bills, the palace was spending nearly $1 million on flowers that lasted 24 hours. Now let's talk about what really happens behind palace doors the night before these weddings, because it's never the fairy tale you imagine. Princess Diana admitted years later that she wanted to call off her wedding to Charles. The night before, she discovered a bracelet Charles had secretly made for Camilla, his ex-girlfriend, with their pet names Fred and Gladys engraved on it. Diana was devastated. She told her sister she couldn't marry him. You know what they said? Your face is already on the tea towels. It's too late to back out. Imagine that pressure, trapped by commemorative merchandise. Kate Middleton reportedly cried the day before her wedding. Multiple sources claim she had a major argument with Meghan Markle about Princess Charlotte's bridesmaid dress. The disagreement got so heated that Kate was in tears. But the next day, perfect smiles for the cameras. Meghan's wedding had its own catastrophe. Her father, Thomas Markle, staged fake paparazzi photos for money just days before the wedding. When it was exposed globally, he had a supposed heart attack and pulled out of walking Meghan down the aisle. At the last possible minute, Meghan had to ask Prince Charles to step in. The chaos was unimaginable. And here's one that'll shock you. Princess Eugenie had a secret backup wedding venue. Security officials were so concerned about protests and potential threats that they prepared an entire second location. The public never knew it existed. Oh, and Prince Andrew? At Sarah Ferguson's wedding rehearsal, he was apparently drunk and making jokes, which infuriated royal officials. They nearly removed him from his own rehearsal. Royal weddings look flawless on TV, but you have no idea how many ideas get brutally rejected by palace officials. Meghan Markle wanted her best friend Jessica Mulroney as maid of honor. Seems normal, right? Wrong. Palace officials reportedly advised against it because it could overshadow Kate or create unnecessary tension. So Meghan had no maid of honor, breaking from tradition because of politics. Harry wanted his ex-girlfriend Chelsea Davy at the evening reception. The palace said absolutely not. Too controversial. She was invited to the ceremony to avoid bad press, but banned from the private celebration. And get this, Meghan wanted to wear a veil with the entire Commonwealth embroidered on it. She got her way, but the palace refused to let her wear a tiara she originally chose. They gave her Queen Mary's bandeau tiara instead, which she'd never seen before the wedding day. Princess Diana wanted to invite Elton John to perform at her wedding. Rejected. Too modern, too controversial. 20 years later, he performed Candle in the Wind at her funeral. Here's a wild one. Fergie wanted to arrive at her wedding in a hot air balloon. I'm not joking. The palace shut that down fast. She also wanted a rainbow-colored dress, also rejected. The royals don't do fun. And the guest list drama? Prince Harry and Meghan couldn't invite most of their friends because 200 seats were reserved for important dignitaries and random members of the royal household they'd never met. Their actual friends? Cut from the list. President Obama wasn't invited to Harry's wedding, even though Harry had a close relationship with him. Why? Political reasons. The palace didn't want to offend Trump. Meanwhile, random British politicians who'd never met the couple got invitations. Now let's talk about the family drama, because royal weddings bring out the worst in these families. At Harry and Meghan's wedding, William and Harry barely spoke. Body language experts analyzed the footage. They stood apart, avoided eye contact, and their interactions were ice cold. This was before the public knew about their falling out. Princess Margaret refused to attend several royal weddings because she disagreed with who was marrying into the family. She was notorious for showing her disapproval through absence. Here's a big one. Prince Philip almost didn't attend Charles and Camilla's wedding in 2005. He was so disgusted by Charles's affair and divorce from Diana that he considered boycotting entirely. The Queen had to convince him to show up. At Meghan's wedding, her mother Doria Raglan sat alone on the bride's side while the church was packed with royals and aristocrats on the groom's side. The optics were terrible. It highlighted how isolated Meghan was from her own family. And body language experts noticed something chilling. Camilla's face during Harry and Meghan's wedding ceremony looked like she'd swallowed poison. Screenshots went viral. People said she looked furious the entire time. Kate and Meghan's body language at Eugenie's wedding, they avoided each other almost completely. When they did interact, it was stiff and forced. The feud was obvious to anyone paying attention. The most shocking, Prince Andrew walked Princess Beatrice down the aisle just months after the Jeffrey Epstein scandal exploded. The palace tried to downplay it, but guests reported the atmosphere was extremely uncomfortable. Some royal family members reportedly considered not attending because of him. But here's the thing about royal weddings. The real scandals don't come out until years later. We now know that Charles and Camilla were having an affair throughout his entire marriage to Diana, which means they were likely in contact even on Charles's wedding day. Diana suspected it, but everyone told her she was paranoid. She was right. Years after Kate and William's wedding, we learned that palace officials had a secret deal with media outlets. Certain photos couldn't be published, certain angles were banned, and reporters had to sign agreements. The free press covering the wedding, heavily controlled. Meghan's wedding had a shocking revelation. Reports emerged that palace staff referred to her as Harry's showgirl behind closed doors. The racism and disrespect started before she even walked down the aisle. And here's one that will make your jaw drop. Princess Diana's wedding had a secret exit plan. Her family arranged for a car to be waiting at a back entrance in case she changed her mind at the last second. She could have literally run from her own wedding. That's how uncertain everyone was. After Eugenie's wedding, it was revealed that the cost was partly covered by a shady businessman with ties to Prince Andrew's questionable deals. The palace refused to comment when the story broke. The most disturbing? Multiple royal brides have later admitted they felt trapped on their wedding day, knowing they were marrying into a system they couldn't escape. That fairy tale moment? For many of them, it was the beginning of a nightmare. So there you have it. Royal weddings aren't fairy tales. They're multi-million-dollar productions filled with family drama, rejected dreams, hidden costs, and secrets that take years to surface. The next time you watch a royal wedding on TV, remember what you're seeing is the carefully edited version. Behind those smiles are tears, arguments, and sometimes pure chaos. Which royal wedding secret shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want more royal family drama and secrets the palace doesn't want you to know, make sure you're subscribed to Star Modex with notifications on, because I'm just getting started. Thanks for watching, and remember, in the royal family, nothing is ever as perfect as it seems.